Shout out Sports Card Show 82222. That's right. It's August 22nd, 2022. You guys remember what you were doing 2 years ago or last year? You remember what's going on in the hobby? Well, we're going to talk about that today. We're also going to start with a little shout out sub love, and we're going to talk about some interviews, some new content, and just a tiny little bit of controversy, just a little bit. We're not going to rub it in too much today. Want to, get some sub love going out there. Guys, thanks for all the recent comments, feedback, subscriptions, everything. Really appreciate it. Let's keep it going, guys. Let me go ahead and take you back 2 years ago today. So the channel started in, I believe it was April, May of 2020, but 2 years ago today, August 22nd, putting together this daily update. And check out the style back then. I do kind of a, Nolan Ryan strikes out his 5,000th batter, who happened to be Ricky Henderson. Also to break down some channels, I have a video here from Neo when he has about 500 subscribers. But what the big news was back in August 22nd was the Superfractor, the Mike Trout Superfractor was coming to an end in the auction. And that would set a record, which would kind of kick off some of the biggest cards and the biggest boom in sports card history about 2 years ago today. Now, if we can find, I think right about here, I think this is pretty cool here. Check this out. There is Neo, 595 subscribers. Wow. Wow. Now, a year ago, here's cool. Here's a year ago. This is a video last year. This is August 24th, actually. I was doing lives in the morning to do these daily updates instead of doing the posting or these shout out shows. And the big news then was Fanatics had just announced that they had swiped the licensing away from Topps. Think about that. That was only a year ago. A year ago, that means Topps executives were crying. We're still like we're in tears because all the stock they weren't going to make money off of. But that shook waves. And here's Theodore. Fanatics, everyone is pissed, so pissed. And again, look where we are a year later. Imagine that, man. It was after the National, right? And then you have in January, they announced the acquisition of Topps. Anyway, check it out. Listen to the video. It's a live video, so a little different format last year. Best video I've seen. Get your sub love ready. This is for Centerpiece Collectibles. I have to tell you, man, new channel to me. Really enjoys content. Really good content. This is one of the best videos I've seen. He breaks down Prism and he explains you why he picked the Prism NBA product, how he breaks it down. The biggest news to me was how many graded cards there are. I think one of his stats here, like there's more graded cards. Look at this, 619 graded cards in 2019. In the 2019 Prism set, there were 619,000 graded. 319,018 cards, only 105,000. Look at this. Look at these graded. Anyway, you got to watch this video. I'll leave a link below. Tell him ZiggyNo sent you. Subscribe to the channel. I look forward to more content from him. Love to do a collaboration with him on that video as well. Get your sub love ready for Coop's Sports. Coop is a young collector in the hobby. So comments are off, but definitely give him some sub love. It's important. You want to feed the hobby? Young content creators, what we need to do, man. Another great video here from the Wolfpack Man. Really enjoyed this video. Wolfpack Man opened his pack, tells you all about it, excited about opening a football pack, and turns out it's multi-sport. And he's a little shocked by that because he didn't expect it. So that in itself, I was very entertained. I really enjoyed the break and him sharing the cards and just some memories of, I think this 1994 and who's in multi-sport in 1994. All right, so check out the break. Some ZiggyNo sent you, give him some love. Another one from Mr. Enfuego. Really great intro video. Really love his breakdown here. He's basically sharing his PC hits from August, the cards he's got in, the cards he likes. He talks about Soto, he talks about Tatis, he talks about Judge. Just really enjoyed the video. Give him some sub love and tell him ZiggyNo sent you. Again, just great video. Well, really like the format, how he shares his collection with you. Another excellent video here from one of my favorites, History Through Cards. I really enjoy listening to History Through Cards, especially as kind of podcast format. Longer stories, but they're just so much information, so rich. And again, it's just a different perspective on the hobby. It also makes me think of myself how there just really is so much great content when it comes to collectors or sports cards out there. I'll get into this later on, but really, there is so much great stuff on YouTube. I just don't think people know about it. So like I said, share History Through Cards with others. Give them some sub love and tell other people about it. Great video here from Chessman Sports Cards. In this video, he actually opens up an eBay authenticated card, which I thought was interesting because, again, I've never seen it from his perspective. This is a raw card he bought too that he got this way. And I was curious if eBay provides any money back guarantee. Like they have this thing in their writing about the guarantee it's been authenticated. But what happens if they get duped? Do they back that up? Does eBay give you any money back? Great video here from Bobbles and Ball Cards. Two things in this video I want to show you. Number one, he talks about therapy. This is something again, I think a lot of people don't realize. If you have eBay store, you have access to Terapeak data, and Terapeak data will tell you what a product actually sold for, or what the what the offer was that was accepted on it. Right? It gives you the detail that people complain eBay doesn't give you. It is in the Terapeak data, and he does a great job explaining that and how he's kind of educating people on that. That they forget that if you're an eBay seller, your store, you have access to the Terapeak data, and I think more people should use that. eBay has a lot of things. If their pricing tool in there, right? They're doing the live selling. Just again, with eBay, they move as fast as a woolly mammoth in the winter. Another great thing they talked about in this video, Bob also mentioned, is that Refractor Jones and himself have started a new channel. They're going to be launching a podcast-like series. It won't be video; it'll be podcast. It'll be called The Card Chatter. So look for The Card Chatter. Go over and subscribe now if you haven't already, and tell them ZiggyNo sent you. Okay, quick video here. Really enjoyed this one. Been following Roadshow cards. Met the Roadshow cards guy at the National, Tracy Hackler and everybody. Been a fan of Tracy Hackler when he was at Panini. Just really enjoyed this. Listening to this conversation. To tell you, here's some things that I got insight on. Was listening to different regions and locations and how they are or are not selling products. What products are hot in which shops, right? So I really enjoy this insight. I also love hearing the stories, what they're doing. So shout out to the Roadshow group. If you haven't already, give them a subscription. Give them a subscription. Tell them ZiggyNo sent you. Like I said, did enjoy listening to the Roadshow, Tracy Hackler. Crossover. This is all I'm going to say about the crossover, guys. It bothers me, this little pimple-headed kid. Yeah, this one right here continues to run his mouth and doesn't have the balls to like back anything up he says. But if you just listen to this video here, I'll just say this: like that's all I'm going to say bad. He just is a hypocrite. It moment about 28 minutes into this video. Please go listen to this. I'm not going to play it for you, but listen to it. He talks about how mad he is with a corporate, my favorite word, corporate sellouts. Let's take a moment and pause. Chris McGill and Josh Johnson sold Card Ladder to Collectors Universe. Do I need to say anything more? I tell you, listening to these guys raises my blood pressure. I wasn't going to listen to them except for Personal Finance Ed brought them up because he talked about how they were talking about are all these cars going to the market at the same time bad for the market? Right? Is it, or too many Jordans are getting sold in the market? I forget which part he brings up. I think he talks about Brady or one of these cars later on. Here's my comments on this. Yeah, collector. If you're a collector, wouldn't you want to get the best price on a card? So in other words, you would encourage that, yes, everybody puts their cards in the market. What these guys basically are saying is that when people put their cards in the market, they start to drive down the price. And what happens, let me just quickly explain this. If a card goes for, say, $1,000, then everybody who has that card goes, wow, it's worth $1,000. And they start deciding they're going to cash it in. If it goes to $10,000, those people start saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to sell mine at $10,000. And they might drive the price back down because they're now willing to take less than the $10,000. That's just natural. That's the nature of the business. So as a collector, if I'm trying to get that card, I want that price down, which means I want more of those cards in the market so I can get to that card. I'm saying that because these two guys contradict themselves. First of all, they work for Collectors Universe. If you listen to Ken Golden, he will tell you that he says this, manipulated the Jordan 86 Fleer cards in 2020 by controlling when he sold them. He had 40 of them in his inventory, and he sold them through the boom and into the documentary. He has on a video. I'll look for the video for you guys. It's a Ken Golden video. He's very proud about the fact he had 40 of those and how many he sold and how he controls them. And he's smart to control. He says that. He didn't want all 40 to go to auction at the same time. That's what the auction houses do, right? They're trying to control that. But for these two guys to sit here and pretend to be for the collectors, when they they sold out to the biggest company, and I'll just leave it at that. Just please do me a favor. Ask these guys. Another thing that bothers me, Chris, little pimple-faced child, if you're going to be, an influencer in the hobby, then you have to listen to your criticism, not block it out, right? Be a man, not a little pimple-faced boy. Okay. Next video we're going to talk about here is breaker controversy going on. Extreme Card Race is a great video showing you or listening to the breaker talk about why he took the pack off camera. He opens the pack. He shows you in the pack. Look, I'm going to simply say what I said yesterday. Trust Raper. Dude, you're right there, brace trust. I wouldn't trust you again for anything. You took the cards. You took the packs off the camera. I believe in last night you could have sealed that pack with anything you wanted to. There's no reason why I shouldn't believe that pack wasn't resealed overnight. There's no reason I shouldn't believe that. It's a wax pack. Can easily be sealed. You can be done. See, I trusted that it wasn't because I trust you. But as soon as you take the pack off the camera, you break that trust. You rape that trust. So therefore, the entire chain of trust is gone. I don't trust anything this breaker says. And no one should ever trust this breaker again. We need to remind people, okay? That's how corrections in the market take place. There's no regulations, guys. There's no police officer coming. Now, really enjoyed this video. Just a big fan of Sports Card Radio. Love them bringing this to their attention. Now, two things that came to mind when I saw this. When they said, go over and check out Something Sports Cards first and listen to the video, I thought to myself, did they find out about Something Sports Cards from watching ZiggyNo's channel? Because I talked about Something Sports Cards, I think just last week, and I am a fan, I'm a subscriber. Did they know about them? Because it's not important. Second thing I thought to myself was, there is now a bounty on bringing good information to Sports Card Radio. Like if you find a breaker doing something shady, you find something bad going on in the hobby, you can now make a video. And Sports Cards Radio catches it. They're going to reward you by sending subscribers to you. I think this guy is what, 27 subscribers right there, right? 27. Okay, as of right now, 130. Here's the video. It's a great video, by the way. Really good video. I enjoy it. I look forward to hearing what what the response will be from Golden. Will they come out and say, "Oh, well, I don't know, we caught it." Here's my quick takeaway before I forget. Ask Nat Turner, why aren't they using Gemma? Because isn't Gemma the technology that's supposed to prevent people from cracking cards? Like Gemma should have been able to fingerprint that. Should have been able to fingerprint that signature. There's no reason they shouldn't have been able to catch that. Well, guys, that's all I have. Keep that in mind.